Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve a trigonometric equation and carefully analyze how the number of solution depends on the real constant. Now we are given sin x cos square x is equal to p square sin x, where p is a real constant, and we are told the equation has n distinct solutions in the interval 0 less than equal to x less than equal to 2 pi, and we need to decide which statements are true. Statement 1 n is equal to 3 is sufficient for p greater than 1, and statement 2 n is equal to 7 only if minus 1 less than p less than 1. So let's break this down step by step. Now we start with sin x into cos square x is equal to p square sin x. Okay, so first bring everything to one side. So sin x cos square x minus p square sin x is equal to 0. Now factor out in sin x. So sin x into cos square x minus p square is equal to 0. Now this is how now a product of equal to 0, and whenever we have a product equal to 0, we know either the first factor is 0 or the second factor is 0. So we now solve two simpler equations. First, sin x is equal to 0, and second, cos square x minus p square is equal to 0. Okay, now solve x. Sin x is equal to 0. We know from the basic trigonometry that sin x is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0, x is equal to pi and 2 pi. Okay, and since the interval includes both endpoints 0 and 2 pi, we count them both. So from sin x is equal to 0, we get three distinct solutions. Okay, now the important point, these three solutions exist for all values of p. They don't depend on p at all. So n is at least 3. Now solve cos square x minus p square is equal to 0. So cos square x minus p square is equal to 0. So cos square x is equal to p square. Take the square root. Then cos x is equal to plus minus p. Okay, now here is the key restriction. Cos x can only take values between minus 1 to 1. So the real solutions only exist if mod of p less than equal to 1. If mod of p greater than 1, then cos x is equal to plus minus p has no solutions. This is extremely important for the counting solutions. Now the case analysis. Now let's analyze the different values of p. So for case 1, if mod of p greater than 1, then cos x is equal to plus minus p has no solution. Okay, so the only solution came from sin x is equal to 0. That gives us exactly 3 solutions. So in this case, n is equal to 3. This happens whenever p greater than 1 or p less than minus 1. Now let's check the statement 1. N is equal to 3 is sufficient for p greater than 1. Yes, if p greater than 1, then mod of p greater than 1, so we get exactly 3 solutions. So statement 1 is true. Okay, now case 2. If p is equal to 1 or p is equal to minus 1. If p is equal to 1, then cos x is equal to plus minus 1. Now let's solve. Cos x is equal to 1. This happens at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2 pi, and cos x is equal to minus 1. This happens at x is equal to pi. But notice something very important. These are exactly the same values we already got from sin x is equal to 0. So they do not create any new solutions. So the total distinct solutions still 3. Okay. So when mod of p is equal to 1, n is equal to 3. Now case 3. For case 3, if minus 1 less than p less than 1, then cos x is equal to plus minus p does have solutions. Now, how many? For any value strictly between minus 1 and 1. Now, cos x is equal to p gives 2 solutions in 0 to 2 pi, and cos x is equal to minus p also gives 2 solutions. So that gives 4 additional solutions. Okay, and remember we already had 3 from sin x is equal to 0. Now we must check, are any of this overlapping? No, because if minus 1 less than p less than 1 and p not equals to 0, then plus minus p is not plus minus 1 or 0. Okay, so those cosine solutions are different from 0, pi and 2 pi. So total solutions 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So when minus 1 less than p less than 1 and p not equals to 0, n is equal to 7. Now a special case, that is if p is equal to 0. So if p is equal to 0, the equation becomes sin x cos square x is equal to 0. So either sin x is equal to 0 or cos square x is equal to 0. Now sin x is equal to 0 has 3 solutions. Cos square x is equal to 0 or cos x is equal to 0. That means x is equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Okay, so that gives 2 more solutions. So total 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So when p is equal to 0, n is equal to 5. Okay, now evaluate the statement 2. Statement 2 says n is equal to 7 only if minus 1 less than p less than 1. And we found n is equal to 7 happens exactly when minus 1 less than p less than 1 and p not equals to 0. Since 0 is inside the interval and n not equals to 7 at p is equal to 0, we need to check the wording very carefully. The statement says n is equal to 7 only if minus 1 less than p less than 1. This is true because whenever n is equal to 7, p must lie strictly between minus 1 and 1. So statement 2 is true. Okay, so statement 2 is true. So statement 1 is true, statement 2 is true. Therefore the correct answer is 1 and 2. That is option D. Okay, so this solution is clear to you, I guess. If you have any kind of doubt, ask me in the comment section. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye and take care.